But first, we're going to talk about a new campaign to address a major problem in our community, illiteracy. For the past 25 years, the Durham Literacy Center has been devoted to this issue. It relies heavily on volunteers who teach in 7 different makeshift classrooms around the city. Now, the Durham Literacy Center is trying to find a real home, one central facility where it can help more people learn to read. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Wilson has more.
In Durham, North Carolina, there is a quiet crisis that weakens a vibrant community. 20% of adults in Durham are functionally illiterate. They can't fill out a job application, read a medicine label, help their children with homework, or read them a book.
I have made stories up when my kids was little. So my kids didn't know no different until they got older. Mama, that's not what that book said. So I'm like, okay, that really makes me feel bad. So I said, okay, I got to learn how to read.
Let's see how you do with this one.
Itch.
You read it upside down?
Yeah.
Okay.
Roxy Myers sought help from the Durham Literacy Center. Twice a week, she works one-on-one with her volunteer tutor.
Yes! Yes, that's it.
My student was so motivated. And when we met, it was like she was like a starving person, and I was a piece of cake. And she just absolutely devoured everything that I brought.
Adult literacy is one of 3 core programs run by the Durham Literacy Center. It's at the heart of the center's 25-year-old mission to help adult students learn to read and write, no matter their circumstances or age. Rufus Parrott is 82 years old.
Never too late. It's never too late to learn. This is a place they get help at, if they want it. But you got to want it. Beth called the pup Zap. Zip.
Great. You read it much more quickly that time. That was fantastic.
You like that? Go.
There's no shortage of people who want to learn. Each year, the Durham Literacy Center serves 500 adults. Many more on the center's waiting list, hoping to be served in the future.
Husband, wife.
The largest demand is for this program, English for Speakers of Other Languages, or ESOL. Volunteer teachers help adult immigrants develop English proficiency to communicate at work, obtain health care, and more.
Using the language in a social setting is different than being able to just read, hello, my name is, to conduct a transaction in the store and ask for your change and count it and feel confident about that. You know, we would work on things like that.
Anthony Wilson reporting. And when Heart of Carolina Perspectives returns, we'll talk with the head of the Durham Literacy Center about the need for a new center and the impact expanded services will have on the entire community. Stay with us. Welcome back to Heart of Carolina Perspectives. I'm Angela Hampton. This morning we're focusing on a new campaign to address illiteracy in the Triangle, in Durham in particular. This is a program run by the Durham Literacy Center. It helps teenagers who have dropped out of high school get their GED. Right now it takes place in the John Avery Boys and Girls Club. That is one of 7 sites the Durham Literacy Center uses around the city for a variety of programs that it runs. And while it's helping a whole lot of teenagers focus on their education, leaders at the Durham Literacy Center think they could help even more teens and adults if they had one facility to house the majority of their programs. Joining me now to talk about this is Reginald Hodges, Executive Director of the Durham Literacy Center, and also Christopher Williams, who is a student at the Durham Literacy Center. Thank you both for being here this morning. And Reginald, let me start with you. Let's talk about illiteracy in this area, in Durham in particular, and why it's so much higher than other cities in the Triangle.
As you saw in the clip, 20% of Durham's adult population is functionally illiterate. This rate is much higher than other counties around Durham, and there are many reasons that relate to sociological reasons. One, we've had an enormous increase in immigrants coming into this community, not only from Spanish-speaking countries, but from all over the world. In 1990, there were 2,000 Hispanic immigrants, and in 2010, there were over 30,000. So it's been an enormous increase. In addition, we have students from 21 different countries, and we now have a full class of people who speak Arabic from Iraq and Iran. We have students from Burma. So we have all of the immigrants coming in. Plus, you've had a lot of people who grew up working in factories and places where they didn't need to know how to read and write, and those jobs are going by the wayside, and these people are there, and they're just coming to us now. So there are many reasons. The problem is enormous. When you have 1 out of 5 people in your community not really contributing, it's a real drain on the society.
I don't think people have any idea that the number is that high. You guys at Durham Literacy Center have been really trying to focus on this for 25 years now. But you have 3 core programs, and tell us a little bit more about those, who you're trying to reach out to.
We decided to focus many years ago to focus on adults because there are other organizations in town who work with children. We're focused on native-speaking adult Durham citizens in our adult literacy program. This has been the foundation of our program, the thing that we do the most. And as you saw in the video, we train tutors and we pair them up with students, and they work one-on-one at 7 different locations in town. Our second class area, which has grown to be our largest, is our English for speakers of other languages. And we do that in small classroom settings. We normally have 2 tutors in the room with maybe 10 or 12 students, and they meet at different places, including the libraries. The Teen Career Academy is a program that we set in place to serve kids who drop out of school, who still want to get their GED and make something of their lives. And we focus on people 16 to 18 because Durham Tech tends not to take people into their 18. And Durham has 500 students still dropping out of school each year, so there's a huge number out there on the street who need this help.
There's a need, absolutely. Chris, let me bring you into this conversation. You went to the Durham Literacy Center a little over a year ago. What used made you decide that it was time to seek out this help and learn how to read?
Well, I used to go around and not letting people know about my problem, and I felt like if I could keep it to myself and not let nobody know, it would help me. But then I realized it was hurting me more than anything else because that way I was holding something in that millions of people around here cannot do, like such as myself. And so I was told by a young man about the Durham Literacy 2009. So he gave me the number, and it was an awesome thing ever since then to make that call, get in touch with the literacy, and get into something that could help me, you know, and I can tell someone else that don't know about Durham Literacy to need to know, because there's organizations out there that can help you, such as myself, and it's so beautiful to get with people like that that's there for you, you know, not to reject you. And I advise anyone to get into the Durham Literacy to get the help that they need. I can do it, you can too.
That's a good message. I know you were saying you had tried some other courses through work, but you would get frustrated by them. But what's the difference at the Durham Literacy Center? Is it one-on-one attention or just the caring that they give you?
It's the one-on-one attention, and it's an awesome staff of people that want to help you and is there for you. And it makes a big difference when you got someone there that help you, that's there for you, and not to push you away. Give you that need that you need, that helping hand that you need, and you can get it at the Durham Literacy.
Well, Chris, I think that's wonderful. I'm so glad you sought out the help and are encouraging others to do it. Part of the issue, though, that we're talking about this morning is the fact that there is this huge need, and you guys are doing all you can to serve as many people as you can, but there are more people that need help, and you're looking for really one facility, one center that could help you guys reach more people. Tell us about how you're trying to help people now and what you want to do.
Many years ago, a group of people made a promise to Durham that they would try to provide literacy services for all the adults who came in, and we have tried to do it. And it's meant coming up with make-do situations, and we have probably been at 25 different sites in the 25 years, but we've never had a real home. And it's a logistical nightmare trying to coordinate 7 different sites to get the materials there, to get the tutors there, to do the testing and so forth. So we had a strategic planning exercise which was designed to come up with a better way that we could provide the services that we have to provide. And one of the conclusions we came to is that we needed a central point that could serve as a hub and house multiple programs, and the rooms could be used morning, evening, and from that we could still reach out in the community, and we could probably increase the number of people we serve by up to 50% in 1 year. So we started looking for a site, and we've started a silent campaign to try to raise money. We've identified 2 additional sites. We have put together an outstanding team made up of people here in the community to help us to raise the money. And we have some momentum, and it's going, and we're hoping by the end of this year we will acquire a building that can serve as that catalyst for everything we're doing, and we'll move from 500 to 750 people, I think, in 1 year.
That would be huge.
Many people do not realize we're not a branch of the government. We are totally a private organization, so we depend heavily on all of the businesses plus the individual supporters here in Durham. So it makes it a little bit difficult when we can't go to the bonds or to a city call, but we are confident with the support that we're getting there in Durham that we will be able to have a building by the end of this year.
And to help people understand just how much of a difference this makes on the bigger community to have more people who are able to contribute, like you said earlier.
A lot of our students are immigrants, and we have spoken to the employers, and they said a person who has a skill and can speak English as well as other language is worth $7,500 more to that business a year. And we asked why, where did you get that number? And they said people have confidence in people who speak English. They think they're more competent. So the person who cleans the swimming pool, does the yard, puts carpet in your house, if they speak English, they increase the value within that company. So they earn more and they pay more taxes. Also, people who are illiterate cause other challenges within a community that many people are not aware of. Being illiterate is not just a problem to the individual, it's a problem to the entire community. There's a direct correlation between illiteracy and other things in the community, such as homelessness, such as people who are getting assistance with food, the number of people who are incarcerated. Even if you go to accidents, many of the people who have automobile accidents could not read the signs. And it's a cascading thing where people are not contributing, but they're draining the economy. So the more people we can get who can actually read, write, follow directions and things, the better Durham will be.
It makes a lot of sense. It really does. Reginald Hodges, Christopher Williams, thank you so much for coming on this morning. We wish you the best of luck with your campaign. I want to make sure people know how they can learn more about the Durham Literacy Center, whether it's to take classes or to make a contribution or just to volunteer their services as well. So let's put that information up on the screen. If you would like to learn more about the Durham Literacy Center, you can go to this website. It is durhamliteracy.org, or you can also call the number on your screen, which is 919-489-8383.